Okay, let's see if we got some audio here. See if we got some audio. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yep, we do. Very good. Very good. Hello, everyone. This is Dion Soul. I hope everyone is doing well. And today, as you see before you, we've got the Cessna 310L by Digital Replica. I'm doing this on the fly here, so you have to help me out here a little bit. You can hear a lot of beeping in the background because I'm trying to get rid of multiple things here. There we go, got rid of that. So there we go. Now we can start formulating here a stream for a change. And we'll see how long this lasts until my family gets home and whatnot. But I hope everyone is doing well. Been doing fine here. Been sick for the last 2 weeks, which really sucks. Older you get, when you get sick, it makes it more compounds it even worse. But it is what it is, you know. But anyway, so we are good to go here. We've got the Cessna 310L, which is by Digital Replicas, and I'm going to pull up here. It's what happened was I got as I'm installing here. What happened was I got an email from X Aviation say, hey, you know, we got this code here. If you're interested in buying this airplane, you can check it out. And so I went ahead and checked it out, and which ended up being the 310. And the 310 airplane has been a fun little airplane. The long and the short of it, it's been a fun little airplane here. I've been having a good time with it, flying around. It's one of those airplanes that is that's kind of an airplane that you are just for fun fly and that sort of thing. The real airplane, you can actually buy it on buy it at controller.com for $50,000, believe it or not. Not particular this one, but you know, one similar to it. So now I've stalled long enough. So there we go. There it is. There is Digital Replica's version of the Cessna 310, and the airplane, like I said, is modeled very well. I got it on special for $16. I'm sure if you've got the code in your email from X Aviation, it'll knock it down to $16 and some change. And for the dollar value for what you get for your money, it is definitely worth it. There's absolutely no question in my mind. For $16, it's good, and actually for $24, it's not bad either. Excuse me. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get into it. We've already did a setup on where we're going to go on this flight today, which is I'm going to fly from Lancaster, California, all the way over to not to Tehachapi, to you know what? I forgot the name of the planned place. that makes me sound real good here. Let me pull it up here real quick here. Going to 29 Palms. That's where we're going. So here's where we're going to go. We're going to zip around here with Sky Vector here. And we're just going to go right down, hit the Palmdale VOR, shoot it on over, go through to Victorville, then hit to a waypoint, Oak something of another. I can't know what that name, OKACO, Okio, I guess, and then come down and around to Grandma's house, and then avoid the restricted airspace and come on into 29 Palms. So that's the objective here. Let me throw in the cloud layer here. It looks like we don't have any cloud layers, so that's good. All the cloud layers are all north of us. So we should have been able to look at the desert down below us. Everything goes as well. So anyway, so that takes care of that. And then, like I said, this airplane's been a fun little airplane to fly. I've had it for the last 3 days, sitting there playing around with it. It does not come with a paint kit, which is kind of a bummer. I have not been able to get a whole lot of information from the developer. The developer's kind of been incognito, which is exactly what you do not want when you're trying to sell your airplane, you know, to the flight simulation masses such as myself. The unwashed masses, how you like that. But I was able to commandeer and do some finagling with via GIMP, my painting program of choice. Was able to get rid of the the other branding, the other tail number, and actually put in my November 502 Delta Mike on it. So I was able to do that, and as you can see, it does have some static elements on it. It's got the engine covers, it's got the pitot covers, and it's got the chocks, of course. It does not have a tow bar and does not have the ability to move the airplane around to simulate tow bar operations, unfortunately. But this is what I liked about this airplane too, for the fact of the cost, was the fact that it had the tip tanks. I like tip tanks. Tip tanks are kind of cool. It's just different. Usually we'd be having our tip tanks. We'd be having the scimitar winglets and other things that we have today in modern airplanes of today. So having the tip tanks is kind of cool. And as you can see, as I'm burping my tail off, because like I said, I've been sick, guys. I apologize. It does have a wing tank as well, auxiliary tanks. The wing tanks or the tip tanks are the main tanks on both sides, and then the auxiliary tanks are actually the wing. The tips are inside the wings, so which is kind of interesting. It has. We'll go ahead and go through it here. I mean, the fit and finish is pretty nice. I mean, they did a really good job in the fit and finish of the airplane. PBR textures and all that sort of stuff all turned out pretty well. I wish they'd have a paint kit on it, and they'd have a paint kit on it where you can actually paint the entire fuselage and the entire wing. They've got it set up where they have a lot of it broken up into individual pieces, as far as individual panels are individually broken up, and so you pretty much have to have something like Adobe Illustrator or the Adobe's paint program, I forgot the name of it offhand, or Blender or something like that in order for you to paint this airplane. That way you'd have the whole airplane with multiple panels intact that you can just use a broad brush to paint over it and that sort of thing. Unfortunately, GIMP does not have that ability, so it's problematic in that regard. But nevertheless, not having the paint kit, you are able to do some kind of modifications to it. We have some menu system down here on the bottom left-hand corner. This is the main one that you use mostly. And you have different radio configurations. You have no GPS, GTN, or the 430, the 530, a la carte, or both 430 and 530 put together. Because I use GTN 750, I wish the developer would actually put in a 3D graphics and add the GTN 750 to it. That would be that'd be a more robust product. But hey, for the $16 that I paid for this with the discount code, I am not complaining at all. I'm happy with what I got. I'll just have to use my GTN 750 on the outside of the thing and then actually turn off all these others because I don't use those others. But like I say, the tip tanks on either side is the main fuel tanks, and then of course you got your loadout for your compartments and whatnot. If you add this up, it does not put anything inside here, so that's that's kind of expected. Usually that's the way they are. So nothing special there, and then you got your access there. We do have a sound effect for that one, and we don't have the sound effect for this one. So that may be something that they can add in the future. You're going to find some little quirks and features throughout this airplane that they're going to see that I wish they would add eventually and that sort of thing. But all in all, again, for $16, you can't complain. Then you got your other loadouts and whatnot there, and then your CG where everything is going to be. Checklists as normal, things that I should be using that I don't, and that sort of thing. And then we got our performance chart, which is handy. It's nice to have that performance chart right there, nice and handy for you to look and see, where you should be relative to the altitude that you're at, and your temperatures and everything else, which is really cool. And then lastly, the autopilot. This just helps you out in configuring the autopilot. The autopilot, as you can see, is extremely old school. I use my SciTech equipment that's outside the sim, so basically I circumvent all of the autopilot stuff. So if you don't have that, here is the ability to be able to have a stable way of being able to set the autopilot, which is really cool. No problems there. So let's go ahead and hop on inside here. And now the hitbox to open the door is actually over here. Because it coincides with the internal handle, whereas over here this handle is just a dummy, just looks like it's there. And that's something we'll crawl on inside here. And there we go. So now we're inside here of the airplane, looking around. Looks very nice, very nicely detailed. I mean, they didn't do a very bad job at all. Very, very good. And as I take a sip of water for the working man here. And you got cowling flaps right here. I just went ahead and put them in, so the cowling flaps are engaged, or that they're open now, so I don't burn the engines up. In order to get this airplane started, you got to remove the tab right there, which is right here. Now, by removing this tab right here, it also removes all the static elements on the exterior of the aircraft. So if I remove this as an example, and now you see all the static elements are now all gone, which is cool. That's just fine. Night flights, this airplane flies very well at night. Everything is illuminated very well, so you can actually see what you're doing, which is very nice, and so that helps out a lot. So this is definitely night flight capable, no problem at all. Let me go ahead and cycle through my all my things here. Get that set up and ready to go. We'll go ahead and flip the switches. We're going to go ahead and flip now we're on the tip tanks. So then we got the auxiliaries right here, but we'll go ahead and go to the tip tanks right here. This airplane is not gravity fed, so it needs a pump. I thought I had a pump on the engine itself to get the fuel to the engine, but you'll notice when I start this engine up, this thing is really models starting this engine up pretty well. You can flood the engine and all kinds of stuff here, which is not good. So let me go ahead and set everything up. We'll go ahead and put our lights on, our beacon on, and our navigation lights on, and we can go ahead and start this beast up here. So what we need to do is we're going to start the right engine first. In order to do that, if I can get this thing not to flood the engine, go ahead and turn those on right here. We got our fuel selector on once again checked. We'll go ahead and turn on the pump, and we'll go ahead and do a prime, 1002, 1003, and then let's make sure that this engine will start. Press the button. Start up right nice. Now if I turn this off, listen to how hard that is. So they did a great job in modeling that. Very, very nice. Now we'll go ahead and start the left engine here. Same scenario, repeat the process. 1002, 1003. Get ourselves up to about 1,000 RPM or so. 900. I'll go ahead and turn on the avionics. Alternators now on. One thing I did notice with this airplane is I got a cough. Didn't think you want to hear me hacking and cracking out there, but one thing I did notice about this airplane is they put the left alternator, but they didn't want to put the right alternator. One thing that Digital Replica needs to do, I guess. Small thing, little detail thing. It sounds really, really good. It sounds like it's got a cam in it. Let it right, back it off. Listen to it out. Really, idles really rough, like you have a camshaft in it, which is kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and throw in our taxi light, and we can go ahead and get ready to go. Release the parking brake. register to flight jobs. This is not a flight jobs flight. Would not make any money with this airplane. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the automatic directional finder because we don't need them. This does require, because this is vacuum controlled, you got to hit the D key to sync up your avionics with the with your compass. And I see somebody come in the house here. A big howdy howdy. As we're sitting here doing a review of the Cessna 310L by Digital Digital Replicas, and so I'm just going through it right now. We're going to do a little flight. We're going to fly to all the way to 29 Palms, California. This thing really sounds really good. I really like it. So we've already got this thing going. We're already going to head out here. I see we've still got aircraft in the air that are doing training or whatever the case may be. We're going to 29 Palms because the weather is bad everywhere else. So I hope everyone is doing well as I take a swig of water. And we can go ahead and put on our headset now. Now it gets quieter. I think that's really cool, being able to put on your headset. That's pretty neato. This turns on, whether it works or not, I don't know. Didn't really say. Digital, like I said at the start of the video, Digital Relic is not very, for one thing, they're not very well known, and they don't really have their face out there all that much. Like I said, this is a X Aviation product, so in other words, it's being sold on the X-Plane Aviation store exclusively, as far as I know. And I, seeking to learn a little bit more about the aircraft before I purchased it for the $16 with the code that I had. Regrettably, there's not a whole lot of buzz, not a lot of talk about this airplane, but it really is kind of pretty cool. I mean, the detail in this airplane is pretty good. I'm not complaining at all, and the tech side of this airplane is pretty good as well. I was pretty impressed with it, with the tech side of the airplane. Looking around to see if there's any other airplanes in the area. Yeah, there he is. He's over there. PA-32. So we'll go ahead and get go over here to the side here and do our run up. Must be a PA-32, but that looks like something else. Looks like a Cessna or something. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and do our run up here. We'll take it up to 1700 RPM. Set our parking brake, might help. Around 1700 RPM, we'll go ahead and kill the right mag. You see that went down. Left mag on the right engine. Okay. Same with the other one. Very good. So all that is working as intended. Make sure we got temperatures, what our temperatures are looking like. You get in the green yet? Just barely in the green on everything. Now that's interesting. Oh yeah, also too, you can close the door while you're in flight, or open and close the door while you're in flight, by the way, if you hit the wrong spot. Something I didn't notice, the Cessna says oxygen cylinder pressure. So does this thing have oxygen? Because if it does, I did not know that. And I don't see any interface for you to, because I know when I did a flight and I went to 15,500 feet, and of course I blacked out. And so maybe that's just there as static, as a look, as a pretty, just to say it's there, but in reality it's not functional, is what I'm thinking. So anyway, all the buttons and switches all look good here. I think we are ready to take off. Let's make sure that go find the position where that other airplane is. And we'll head on over to 29 Palms. That's where we are going. Now see him coming to land. So we'll go ahead and take off and make this thing happen. Lights are on, strobes are on. Navigation lights to steady. Pido's on. Floor it. Let's go. Try to do a 7 to 10 degree climb. Back it off to 2,500 RPM. Neighborhood anyway. And we'll cycle my side tech equipment, and we will activate. Make sure we're going the right way. Let's see where this thing is taking us. Guess I need to put in our flight plan, so let's switch over to heading mode, and I'll start heading towards the Palmdale VOR, because that's where I need to be. Turn that off. Okay, now that we got the Palmdale VOR, put in KWJF. And then PMD. And then our airway was was to that one right there. That is correct. And then it was to K, T, N, P, 29 Palms. And there is our flight plan. And we'll let the airplane turn. And I do want 7,500 feet so I can get over the mountains. Indicated airspeed of 115 knot climb. So there we go. Airplane is autopilot controlled and heading to all the proper places. Just got to get back in route. That's why I need a GTN 750 to make it, because like I said, it does have the 430. It's got the 430, the 530, and then of course you got the 430 and the 430 and the 530, but it does not have the 750. I kind of wish it had the 750, even though the 750 has old data. Still, it's warrants. And there's Mr. Spartan Jeremy is in the house. I hope you are doing well, sir. Yeah, I just thought I'd stream a little bit and have some fun playing around with this airplane, this little airplane that's by Digital Replica. Hope you are doing well. I was going to load up Discord real quick so we can sit there and rap back and forth. I know. I have a bad habit of being respectful too much. Damn punk-nosed kid. Get off my lawn. This is also a mission generator flight too. I went ahead and set this up as a mission generator flight just to make a little scratch, or not really make any money, just prestige, I guess, more than anything. And so also we got to fly over Victorville, California. Okay, Discord, come on into play here. Get on in. Okay, now I'm in Discord. Let's see, Lethal Lightning did a video. I have to cough again. So what I gotta do... yeah, I gotta do one of those. I have to do the push-to-talk action because I've got the push-to-talk action on my Discord.
No, that's fair enough. I can hear you through the live stream anyway.
Ah, good. Yeah, all is well. Just sitting here. Like I said, the start of the stream, I bought this airplane for $16 over at X Aviation's website, and it's for the $16 that you pay for this airplane, you get a lot for your money. I was very impressed. Like, hey, this is pretty cool. So, and I like low and slow airplanes anyway, so it was a win-win for me.
Well, I should hope so, considering you spent $16 on an entire airplane.
Yep. But they did a good job in modeling this aircraft. They did a pretty good job.
Oh yeah. I swear I've seen that one before. It looks it looks a bit old, to be honest. I swear I've seen something like it before.
It's very old. It's pre-1970. This is the 310L model, and I watched a video last night of a guy that owns a real 310Q, and he was going what his costs were and how much it costs, per month, and his Q model was right around, and he lived in South Carolina, here in the States, and his was right around $1,500 a month, or give or take, $100 here, $100 there, and that's including everything. And so $1,500 a month, and he was using it as a commuter plane to go back and forth because he worked for the Defense Department, and he lived in South Carolina, so he was flying back and forth between South Carolina and DC and New York and places like that. And so I got some good information, from that one video that I was watching. But yeah, this is definitely old school. When you look at it, it's definitely old.
Oh god, I've still got this cold. It's doing my head in. To be honest, it looks like something you'd almost see in the sort of 1986 Transformers movie. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think I saw it once.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it is a cool little airplane to fly. Its sweet spot is right around 8,500 feet to about 10,500 feet is about its sweet spot. You don't want to go very high with this airplane. It's because it's a normally aspirated engine, so it's not a turbo or anything like that.
Yep.
Pulling back on the props now.
No, right now I am. God, everything sounds weird with this cold. Right now I'm working on the miniature starships for Gary over at Neurotic, and Doomcock as well.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm.
Besides the cold.
Yeah. But I mean, well, I can work through it. It's just that everything sounds weird.
Just take more drugs. Everything will be weirder.
I'm not a drugs person, to be honest. I won't take medication to save my life, to be honest. I don't know why. I've just never been good with it.
I try to avoid it as much as I can, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You get in those situations.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
I would say but overall, the developer that did this airplane did an awesome job. They really did a good job as far as replicating what they had and what they work with. They just need a few little things here and there. Like I said at the start of the video, I noticed that there was a labeling left alternator, but then they didn't label the right alternator. So in other words, you have an L for all, for L alt, but then you don't have an R alt. So which is down here in the in the switch cluster. And it's just kind of funny, like, hey, well, why didn't they put that in there? That's kind of weird. But, it happens, I guess.
Yeah. What, is it a custom-made plane, then?
Well, in the real world, no. They made, thousands of them.
Oh, no, I mean for the simulator.
Yeah. There's
right.
this is a by Digital Replica, and I don't know them. This is their first plane, so they're a new kid on the block, for lack of a better term. And but they did an outstanding job. They did a very good job. And like I said, for $16 US, with the code, can't complain.
If it's a custom build, it makes sense that they might have missed one or two things.
Yeah.
It usually happens.
So what have you been doing with yourself besides the cold?
Well, it was my brother's birthday today. It's my mother's birthday the day after tomorrow. And it's my birthday on April the 4th. So we've been getting ready for that sort of burst of birthdays coming in.
Wow, just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. Uh, Aside from that, I've just been working on these Starship miniatures. Because I'm building two. How old are they? Gotta work on inches because I'm used to meters. 8.5. It's two 8.5-inch long display pieces that I'm going to be painting and then sending over to America.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, definitely take some pictures and post them when you have an opportunity. When they're finished.
Well, I just need a decent camera, really. That's the main thing that's letting me down. If I had a decent camera that could record it, I'd actually make my first video detailing the construction and then the painting process.
Very nice.
Yeah. But oh well, I mean, for this sci-fi project that I'm working, I've got a lot of ships involved. I've got several alien species, so I've got a lot of ships that I can build. So when I do start making modeling and painting videos, I'm basically not going to run out of things to do.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, at the minute, alongside working on the majority of human ships, the actual gaming ones, I'm working on how I can sort of divide them into like starter kits, like I don't suppose you play any real sort of tabletop strategy games or anything.
No.
Not like Dungeons or Dragons. I mean, full-on armies.
No.
Right. Well.
No, I'm strictly PC computer guy.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, usually when you get a tabletop game, they have a starter kit which has 2 fleets, one for each faction, and then it has like a rule book and a campaign book. So right now I'm working on the kind of what sorts of ships would be viable for a starter box set fleet. I mean, I've got 4 different alien species right off the bat, so I've got a lot of ship variety to work with.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I did art when I was in school, and well, I'll rephrase that. I did art when I was in school, but the kind of art they wanted me to do, I was terrible at. It was a lot of free drawing and canvas painting, that kind of thing.
Right.
But I was completely terrible at that. But when I went into college, my grandparents had this bright idea to bring my Warhammer miniatures and sort of show them off as a display of my skill when it came to model building. But the thing is, Warhammer miniatures are kit builds, so they're not sculpted, or they're pre-built. You just have to assemble them. So that wasn't really a proper display of what I could do.
Right.
But with these ships, it wasn't until after I left college that I realised I was good at sculpting and miniature painting. So that's what these new ships that I'm working on are.
I see. Yeah. I did a little bit of painting when I was in high school, freshman year. I painted 4 paintings and whatnot during that year, and which was cool, you know. But I never was good at it either.
Nah, that's fair enough.
I'll just stay be an electrician.
No. A was a practical skill.
Yeah. Well, we have finally made it over to Victorville, and we are about 2.7 miles away. Oh, target reached, it says. So now we can get a bonus XP for passing Victorville, so that's good.
Nice. Where are you right now?
Victorville, California. It's just if I
That's why it looks like a desert.
yeah, it's all desert. This whole trip's going to be desert. It's going through Lucerne Valley and Highway 18, right off the back roads. It's a back road, good back way going into Big Bear. There's 2 ways to get into Big Bear, California, and that's the way we're going is kind of over Highway 18, 247, I think it was, if I remember right. Going into, then you go up the mountains into Big Bear, and then the frontal way, or the normal way that most people did, as they call normies, they would all come from San Bernardino and Riverside and LA and go up that way. And instead, we're going to be going the other direction, but we're not going that way. We're going to 29 Palms instead, but for this particular flight. But I'm pretty impressed. We're doing 192 knots right now, true speed 182. Of course, we are doing 27 gallons per hour at the moment, so I can't back it all the way off to 7 gallons per hour, but of course my speed suffers.
Right.
I can go over here and get lean of peak, and if I back it off, you can see my exhaust gas temperature. I don't know the door. My exhaust gas temperature is I can pull it back. And of course my temperature climbs like crazy, but then once I get it past lean of peak, now I'm at 7 gallons per hour, and of course now my exhaust gas temperatures are now going to go down, so that's good. So I don't want my head temperature is a little hot right now. Heat is the evil. There you go. Now temperature's starting to go down. Okay, now we're good. But you see, now I'm down to right around 152 knots, indicated 182 over the ground. So
I don't see anything yet because there's a display lag on the live stream.
yeah, that delay. And we're following our flight plan, so we're good to go there.
Now, the nice thing about this little project that I'm working on is that I get to design all the ships in a way that they make sense from a physics standpoint. A lot of sci-fi ships have always bothered me in that they don't make sense from how physics work.
Well, I was trying to do the push-to-talk with Streamlabs, and it didn't look like it wanted me to do it. So I guess I was trying to do this push-to-talk with Streamlabs, and it didn't want to do it. So I was trying to make the Streamlabs, push-to-talk the same as the Discord push-to-talk, but nope, they don't want to let me do it. Go figure. Yeah, I was hoping Proper Jeremy or somebody else would pop in here and say hi as well, but
I mean,
he may be out.
Jumped in for brief second, but I don't think he was intending to get caught on a live stream, so he
Right.
jumped out quickly.
Understood. And I see my stream froze. At least it froze on my side.
It hasn't frozen for me yet.
Might have to refresh on my side.
Yeah, possibly. It's working fine for me.
Yep, it's good. So yeah, right now we're running Lena Peak right now, which means that we're going 150 knots indicated, but we're burning only 14 gallons an hour, so we're saving fuel. Which is good. Saving fuel is always good. But I can see we're getting bounced around a little bit.
How long is this flight going to be?
Oh, probably about another 15 minutes, or about 20, 30 minutes tops.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm looking to see here. Well, I got to burn at the current speed. I'm only going to burn 4.5 gallons to 29 palms. He'll pop up here in a minute, seeing my particulars.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have you noticed lately there's been a advert on YouTube for a new Pokemon game?
I didn't understand what you said. Say that again.
I can barely understand what I'm saying. Over the last few days, there's been a new advert for a Pokemon game, a new one that they're bringing out.
A new what?
A new Pokemon game.
Oh, Pokemon game. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't follow Pokemon, so I didn't know what that was. Well, I was saying I know Pokemon, I know of it, but I'm one of those casuals when it comes to that. The only thing I know about Pokemon is you got Pokemon Go on your cell phone, and my wife, she borrows my phone because she plays it on my phone. She plays it with her account on her phone, and she plays it on my phone from time to time. Hey, there's a new thing, and so she would load up my phone and put it on there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Whatever, not my thing.
Yeah, I used to play it quite a bit when I was younger, but I kind of fell out of it. I don't know. I took a half. I got a half interest in it again lately, but the new game looks like it's going to be set in a region that's the analog of the UK, which is quite interesting.
So it's not where it's just UK. It's not worldwide.
The game's been going on for the franchise is 23 years old now.
Right.
Thereabouts.
Right.
Each they come out in generations of about 3 years at a time, kind of like Star Wars movies.
Right.
Or the old ones anyway. And each generation usually takes place in a different region, which is based on a different part of the world.
I see.
Generations 1, 2, 3, and 4 were based on different parts of Japan. Generation 5 was based on Generation 5 was based on, I think it was meant to be New York City and the surrounding area. Generation 6 was based on northern France. and Generation 7 was based on the Hawaiian Islands.
And this is all, and these are Pokemons as far as, is it a board game type game, or is it?
It's a
That tells you how much I know about it.
what over the years, I mean, what it's had.
Because I know we got the Pokemon thing on the phone. That's what I'm most familiar with.
Yeah,
I know there was cartoons and stuff. I think what there.
yeah, that's still going on as well. There's a Pokemon card game as well, which has been going on forever. There's Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch, I think, as well. But they used to be on small consoles like the oh god, I mean, it's like the Nintendo DS and the Game Boy Advance, like the old ones.
I see.
That's where it's been mostly.
This is where on the flight plan we're doing a little bit of zigging around. You went to one waypoint, now it's going to go to another one, and then it's going to turn back east again. Right now we're going south-southeast at the moment. It's what we just our heading is now. We're actually heading towards Palm Springs, even though we're going to turn before that.
No, that's a bit random.
Yeah, it's just the way that Sky Vector built the flight plan.
That's fair enough.
But yeah, this airplane's quite cool. I mean, it's quite it's sort of slow, but still, it's kind of like, yeah, this is, because this would be close to what you would get in if somebody that had the money. Because this airplane is only $50,000. They have one airplane just like this model on the controller.com, and it's white. It's solid white with a stripe down the middle, or a stripe down the side of the fuselage, and it has the old gauges just like what you see here for the most part. They're positioned a little differently, but still, it was just kind of like the developer for this model did a good job in replicating what I saw over on controller.com. So I thought that was pretty cool. And
yeah, I think I've seen one or two of those. I think I've seen one or two of them flying around in the UK. I forget when, but
yeah, they're a very popular airplane back in the day. I mean, they were considered an entry level back then. They were commuter aircraft, but they're also considered a entry level excuse me, into multi-engine airplanes. So in other words, they'd be an airplane you would use to get your instrument, or not your instrument, but your multi-engine rating. And you would fly it for a while, and you get your use out of it, and then you'd sell it, then you'd move on to a faster, airplane, depending on, what your mission was.
oh yeah. So, what you've been suffering yourself with the cold and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This for the last 2 weeks I've been it's been spreading around with my family, and it got to me finally, and so now I've just been fighting it because I'm the oldest in the family now. Of course, I'm the one that's taking the longest to be able to get over it.
Yeah,
That's just the way life is. Hacking and spitting and all kinds of nasties, all that nasty stuff that happens when you're sick.
Yeah.
Well, it says that we've got an airplane that is 2,200 feet above us, so I don't know if we're going to be able to see that one. I kind of doubt it. We also got another airplane that's at our 11 o'clock that is +8, but that's 8,000 feet, so never mind. Oh, sorry, take that back. The one that said +22, that's +22, that means 22,000 feet above me. I sure as hell am not going to see that one. Not when I'm sitting here cruising at 7,500 feet.
Well, at least your airspace is clear.
Oh yeah, don't have to worry. I got no problems. I didn't activate pilot to ATC on this flight because I knew it was going to be a short flight, and because I'm just going to 29 Palms from Lancaster, and so it's not that far of a flight. And when you're flying a small or smaller airplane such as this, you don't want to be going 1,000, 10,000 miles anyway. So a swig of water for the working man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute myself for a few minutes.
No worries.
But I'll be back in a bit.
So right now we are on the backside of L35, which is Big Bear Lake, California. And we're, like I say again, we're slowly working our way to 29 Palms. This is a mission generator flight. Make a little bit of, not really money, more or less prestige points more than anything with mission generator. And I was looking for Highway 247, but I never could seem to find it. There's a lot of little ones, but I don't, because Lucerne Valley is out that way, and which we're out of field of view. Kind of a funny little story on that Highway 247 one time. I think Highway 18, 247, whatever they want to call it. I was on my way to Big Bear, and I was taking this back road going that way, and sure enough, here comes over the rise. I'm sitting there on the freeway going eastbound, just like we are doing right now, except for we're in the air, and before I was on the ground. And here comes this F-14 Tomcat. He flies right low to the ground. He's probably about 1,700 feet above the ground or whatever, and he just screamed right over me like a bat out of hell. I mean, it was very, very impressive. You have those things in lives that you kind of stumble upon every now and then, and that was one of them. I mean, it was just like, wow, that was just cool. And of course, there's militaries all out here in Southern California, so I don't know what they were doing or anything like that. But I was all giddy, like, man, that was just awesome. Normally people would be terrified out of their mind having this, hunk of metal flying over you at a high rate of speed, fuel consumption. But I was just like, oh, that's cool. And but he just flew over me, and then he was out of my field of view, and then that was it. But it was kind of cool, something you don't see every day. You're sitting there flying on the ground or driving on the ground, and you see this big old airplane come zipping past you at a high rate of speed. I see we are probably about 38 miles away from 29 Palms. So like I said, with this airplane you can do different, with this model that Digital Replica has made, you can have the 430, the 530, and then a combination of a 430 and a 530. But because they don't have the ability to use the GTN 750, and that's what I like to use, and so I've been using the GTN 750 on this. So that's why I just went ahead and went with no GPS at all, because it's like, what's the point when I'm, I have to pop in with a pop-out window the GTN 750, because I like this GTN 750 obviously a lot better. It's a lot easier to program your flights and whatnot, and you have a lot more information by semi-glass. But like I said, for $16 for this airplane, I am quite impressed. I'm very pleased with, of course, that's with a code. Normally it's $24, and I'll go ahead and pimp it out anyway, because I'm actually flying the airplane, so that's where it is. Over at X Aviation for $24.95 normally, and of course if you get the code from X Aviation, because if you're a previous customer or whatever the case may be, you can get it down for $16, so which is pretty cool. And I see that we have a PA-32 above us, just out there in front of us. Yeah, it says he's 1,800 feet, or 180, or take that back, 18. So I don't know if we're catching him or not. We'll find out here in a minute. The airplane you can configure if you bind a prop sync feature that X-Plane has to one of your joysticks. You can prop sync the props. In the real world, the real airplane, or actually in the airplane model itself, does not have that ability. It's just the developer didn't lock it out, and if you're in the know to look for things like that, if they didn't lock it out, then of course you can take advantage of it. And of course I did. Of course, hey, any advantage I can, I'm going to do it. But yeah, so prop sync is available. If you want to. They just don't have it set up in the model where it is modeled and like you'd have a switch to actually flip to engage prop sync or whatnot. So we are coming down to right around 27 nautical miles away. Oh, sorry, correction. 18 miles away. I was looking at the 29 Palms VOR navigation aid, and in actuality the airport is actually 18 miles away. So we should be landing here pretty soon. Probably buzz over the airport, look at it, see where the weather is. Matter of fact, there's nothing I can do. What's the advantage of having this? Is I can go over here like this. Airports, 29 Palms, frequencies. Okay, that's flight service frequency, so we got a Unicom frequency, but we don't have an ATIS frequency or AWAS frequency. So, because of that, then what we'll do, so it's not a controlled airport, so what we'll do then is we will just, well, okay, what's the nearest? Do we have a nearest here? Nearest airport. Okay, what's Palm Springs ATIS? Let's listen to that one. That's 3005. So we'll go ahead and use that one as our yes, and definitely smash the like button if you like this, and definitely like, subscribe, and all that other happy stuff that everybody says is most appreciated. I can always use those likes. I can always use those subscribes. Maybe one day I'll be a big channel where I have over 1,000 subscribers, where I can actually start doing something. But if not, I'm still a little bitty guy trying to carve my path in this wonderful world of YouTube. So anyway, we'll just take advantage of Palm Springs at 3005, and then what we'll do is we'll swoop down here in just a second. Let me go ahead and go reach a peak, turn off the prop sync, and we'll go ahead and go up to 2450 RPM ish, 2500 RPM. So I'm trying to set that now, because we are getting close. We're 5 miles away, so go ahead and disable the start seeing an airport here around here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and point the nose down and go look around here. Okay, I see the airport now. Judging from the wind, it looks like we're going to be landing on 26. jump in here and land. Keep my speed up so I don't sit there and take all day. They don't have a tower, but I guess they don't. Configure for landing. Have my lights on for safety and all other happy stuff. There's Tehachapi, or Tehachapi. There's 29 Palms. Now, this isn't the 29 Palms that you can buy on the org. This is just basically out of the box X-Plane. So I don't know what to expect. One thing I did notice about this airplane is it drains the fuel evenly. As you notice, I got 6 gallons here, I got 10 gallons in the auxiliary tanks. So it's not like it auto switches, it's just that it takes it evenly, which is really cool. Makes things a lot easier. Turn fast enough. Now I'm too low. I have to climb so I can be able to see. Of course, now it's tall. Where's that airport at? There's that airport at. We'll just land it like a World War II fighter jet. There you go. $145, not too bad. Not exactly on the center line either. My problem was I lost where the airport was. I got too low. Recovered, but you know, oopsie. But here we are. We made it. And it still landed at 145, so not too bad. Landing at 3 per minute. The sounds of this thing are really cool. I really like the sounds in this airplane. Said before, you know, taking off the headset. I think that was pretty neat. Yeah, for sure. See, here's something to see every day. A car carrier sitting here in the middle of the airport here. That's not how it's supposed to be. Right next to a. So I guess the guy decided to take off in his plane. Where else can we go? There's the fuel. Let's go over here. Well, it's not bad looking for out-of-the-box X-plane. Of course, all these vehicles right here, they'll kind of break the realism up a little bit. You're not going to have a logging truck here in the high desert. Oh, there's a camper over there. All right, we made it. And I got a level up too. So let's see, what do I want to level up? Let's do more long flights, more lucrative long flights. Of course, I'll be in a different airplane than this one, but that's okay. Shutdown procedure here. Turn off our avionics. Kill the fuels. Magnetos off. Power off. Listen to that wind down. Pretty neat. Good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. And we'll go ahead and climb on out. And that's the end of that. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is the 310L by Digital. Oh, I forgot to put I don't know if those are not mechanical, so I guess I have to go back inside, turn everything on, and bring it, but I'm not going to do it now. Forgot to put my flaps back up. They have a definition of what kind of flaps those are, because normal flaps are kind of like, you know, like an aileron, you know. But these flaps right here are split flaps. They have a definition what they call those, but I don't know what they call those. But it's still kind of neat. I don't think I have an airplane that has flaps like that, where they are split like that, where it usually just one big, you know, like the ailerons here, which is interesting. But anyway, Digital, like I say again, Digital did a good job in making this airplane. I'm happy with it. Let me see if I can put them up now. Yep, I can. Can't see them, but I can put them up now. All right, we can turn it off now. But Digital Replica did a good job. I'm very impressed with that. Oh, we forgot to put this in. You got to put this in and that in. Now we put in the locks. Now we got all the covers on. Like I said, the only thing they need to add is they need to add a tug, so you can move the airplane around, and then support for the GTN 750. That would be nice. But other than that, not a whole lot they need to do the airplane. You fly it for what it is. So guys, I hope we appreciate you guys watching this video. Like, subscribe, and all that happy stuff. I appreciate it very, very much. I hope this was entertaining and informative to a degree. And I'll catch you guys next time on another exciting X-Plane adventures. Yay! Take care, guys. Have yourselves a great one. I gotta go take care of this cold. It's killing me. See you guys. Bye.